let me tell you about myself. I am Venu. I have around 18 years of experience into the field of HR. I've started my career as HR executive for one of the manufacturing industries and then moved to SAP HCM implementations from there. I've learned all the core activities, core HR activities while I was in the manufacturing industry, and then moved to SAP HCM. I got an opportunity to learn SAP HCM. And then moved to SAP HCM implementations. I was doing the HCM implementation and support for customers of India. And then while I was working on one of the implementation, I got an opportunity to work on SuccessFactors because client wanted to have SuccessFactors. So that's when I've learned SuccessFactors, and it's been like almost 10 years that I'm into SuccessFactors. And in these 10 years, I've handled modules like Employee Central, Compensation, PMG, RCM, and onboarding. Though I have worked on all of these modules, my core areas have always been compensation and Employee Central because I've spent most of my time in these areas only. And coming to teaching, I am into teaching from last 12 years. I was training on SAP HCM earlier. And then after getting into SuccessFactors last like seven years, I'm teaching SuccessFactors, Employee Central, and Compensation modules as well. Okay, and I'm certified in both Employee Central and Compensation mode. Okay, that's a brief about me. Can one of you start your introduction? Okay, let me take names. Balaji. Susmita. Two Susmita.
Yeah, myself, Shusmita Panda. So I started my career as an HR executive. So I have overall 4 to 5 years of experience in HR executive. So currently I'm working in HR operations backend. So I'm looking forward to learn SAP SuccessFactors. So I have now over here like to join the demo session.
Yeah, thank you, Susmita.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Pratik.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead with your introduction.
Hello.
Yeah, we can hear you, Pratik.
Yeah, I don't have any background in HR and all. I just want to learn this, and then I want to join this job. I have a potential friend who is going to offering me a job in SuccessFactors HR, Employee Central.
So do you have experience in any other areas? Like how many years of experience do you have?
I have experience in my own business. I had experience in my own business.
Okay, yeah, got it. Thank you, Pratik. Balaji had some issue. Balaji have some issues with his mic. Okay. Paul, Subodh.
Yeah, hi.
Yeah, hi.
I'm Paul. Actually, I'm not from this HR stream or something like that, but I'm from the background of MuleSoft. That's an integration tool, but I doesn't want to learn any. That's a low code tool, but I don't want to go through that. But I heard from this some of my friends and uncle, so I wanted to learn this. So, and I heard that in SuccessFactors there would be no coding and fully it's a functional type.
Yeah.
So join this demo and want to go through this session. I have a 2.5 years of experience. I have started as a fresher in one of the MNCs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. Susmita, the other Susmita, Chipuri Susmita.
Yeah. Hi, Venu. Hello, everyone. So I'm Susmita Chipuri, and I am an SAP SF consultant working for TCS right now, and I do have 3.1 years of experience right now. But I had exposure to the instance level management, but I never had the backend exposure or management like that, and never received a task for direct implementation. So just wanted to learn at the service level of the backend. So I've joined the session in order to have that kind of exposure and see how the session goes. Thanks.
Yeah, thank you, Susmita. Okay. So all of you pretty much you don't have any experience except Susmita.
Hello.
Susmita has experience into yes, Susmita.
Yeah.
Yeah. Only Susmita was is into
Yeah,
SuccessFactors.
yeah. And I do have exposure to onboarding and the other modules as well, RCM. So
Okay.
as I told, I did not have exposure much to the backend part. Like
Yeah.
I
You
kind
have
of
worked
know.
as an end user, but not as a
Yeah,
consultant implementing or supporting the application.
yeah, I am kind of a support consultant all the time, and I did have done the implementation a little, but not too much like configuring from the first place. It's not like that.
Okay.
So I just wanted to get that kind of an exposure where it will help me in my future career, so that I can just explore more in terms of success factors.
Yeah, got
At
it.
least in EC, I wanted to have that exposure because I'm kind of having core experience in the same module.
Got it. Balaji, can you hear us? Balaji has still issues with his mic. Okay, that's fine. Okay. So let me give you the brief of what we are going to cover, or what the course content, what would be the course content, or how many days it take to complete the course. Okay, so we'll first discuss that and then we'll move to the action step. Okay, so firstly, let me make you clear that you don't need any SAP experience or any experience. You don't need any kind of HR experience or SAP experience as a prerequisite for learning SuccessFactors. Anybody can learn SuccessFactors. It's a functional module. So like someone said, we don't have any coding here in SuccessFactors. We would be doing everything in the front end. We used to do a lot of activities in code. Earlier, we used to do a lot of activities in coding, but now we are not doing that part as well. So because SuccessFactors have migrated all of the configurations into the front end. We still use some data models. I'll explain you what are those. So how to handle those data models. But yes, we don't do any kind of coding here. Okay, and the course content is structured in such a way that each and every area of the Employee Central, at least for your certification. So we have Employee Central certification, which is THR 81. I'll give you more details on certification in the coming days. So all of the course content that is in certification THR 81 is covered here. Okay, and it takes 24 sessions to cover these topics. The first 4 sessions would be completely of theoretical part of someone who has experience or who has knowledge of SuccessFactors may sound or may feel that all of this is a basic information. But yes, if there are others who doesn't have any information, can you all hear me clearly, or is my voice low?
Yes, it's audible.
Yes,
So.
sort of.
It is audible, right? Okay. Yeah. Someone has said that my voice is low. Okay. Yeah, first 4 sessions would be completely a theoretical part, like we'll be discussing about success factors, the landscape of success factors, or how many systems we use to implement success factors, what is the implementation methodology that we follow, why is certification needed, how to do the certification, where to do the certification, what is learning hub, what are configuration workbooks, what are the kickoff templates, what are implementation gates. So we'll discuss about all of these things, these basic things which are needed for every consultant every aspirant who want to get into SuccessFactors as a consultant. Okay, so after these 4 sessions, we'll be starting off with the practical part. All the 2021 sessions, whatever that we have, are of practical part. We'll be configuring or doing the configurations in the system. Every one of you will be given access to the instance where you can go practice. This system can be accessed 24/7. and you can practice and come back with your doubts. Okay, so that's the course content. I'll walk you through the course content as well, day-wise course content, what will be covered in each day. Okay, any doubts so far? Okay, let's get into the actual demo. Now, what is success factors, or what is now? Before getting into Employee Central, let's see what exactly is success factors. Can somebody tell me what is success factors? Nobody knows what is a success factor? Hello, can you all hear me? At least say yes or no, so that
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, yeah. Thank you. So what is success factors? Why success factors is used, or no, what is the use of success factors for any organization? Nobody knows what is a success factor.
Cloud platform which will help us to actually process all the HR management, payroll, and every task related to an employee from hire to retire, kind of everything.
Exactly. So firstly, success factors is a cloud-based application. What do you mean by cloud? Now, this term cloud computing is heard often these days, right? What exactly is cloud computing? What do we do in cloud computing, and how different is it when compared with the on-premise application? So we have on-premise applications and cloud computing applications. Organizations can choose between the cloud computing or on-premise applications. The structure remains same for both on-premise and the cloud computing application. In cloud computing, the servers are hosted remotely. Whereas the on-premise applications like SAP or Oracle, we'll have to procure servers, we'll have to have a dedicated space for our servers, and from which we would be connecting our internal system. So every user who want to access the system has to connect to the server, either through local area network or through VPN. We have to connect to that server and access the application. That's the on-premise application. So physically, employee has to present in that particular place to access the application. Whereas the cloud computing, these servers are hosted remotely. We don't see these servers. These servers doesn't exist physically, and we don't see these servers. We connect to these servers through internet. All that you need to access this application is the internet. Whereas if you want to access the on-premise application, you need to install the application, connect that software to your server, then access the application. Whereas the cloud computing, you'll have to log into the application using an URL and your credentials. And this can be accessed from any corner of the world, provided you have connected to internet. Now, if you look at this picture, the cloud computing is divided into three: infrastructure, platform, and application. The first thing that we need for any application is your infrastructure or the space. Let's take a simple example of a game that I want to download in my mobile. What is the first thing that I need? I need the enough space, right? I need enough space to download the file. So if my game is 500 MB or 1 GB of, if my game occupies 1 GB of space, I should have that enough space in my mobile, right? That is your infrastructure. And second is the platform. Again, depending on the type of mobile that you are using, either you would go to App Store or you'll go to Play Store to download that application, right? That is your platform. And then third is the application. What is the application that you want to download? Is it a game? Is it a social networking like LinkedIn, WhatsApp, etc.? Okay. So depending on these three layers, the cloud services models have been divided into three again. IaaS, PaaS, and SaaS. Infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, and software as a service. Depending on the customer needs, they may either go with one of it or all of it. Customers who want to develop their own software, but they don't want to procure or don't want to spend huge amount of money on the servers, they can go with infrastructure as a service. They will subscribe for the necessary space. They'll pay only for the space that they want to use. Okay, that's infrastructure as a service. Examples can be your AWS, Amazon Web Services, where they'll be providing you the server. If I want to use the server for next 2 years, you just pay for those 2 years. And you need 100 TB space, you just pay for that subscription. So that is subscription based. And then second is platform as a service, where you get both infrastructure and the platform. If I want to develop a software, I need a platform on which you want to develop. I can develop my own software using force.com, which is a platform. Google Apps Engine, which is a platform. I can develop my own software. Third is software as a service. Now there are pre-delivered, pre-developed softwares which are available in the market. Instead of we developing our own software, we can go with the ready-made or available softwares in the market. Salesforce, Workday, SuccessFactors, these are all examples of a software as a service. Okay. Now, why customers want to move to cloud computing? Why people are looking out for SuccessFactors or Workday or Salesforce or any cloud computing application? What are the advantages of having these applications? The first and foremost would be your productivity anywhere. You don't have to be in your office premises to access your application. You can access it from any corner of the world. That's productivity anywhere. If I am a manager or a HR and I have some actions pending. Who's that?
ఇది ఇక్కడ ఆహా నేను కమ్యూనికేట్ అవ్వని అవసరం లేదు కదా.
Yeah, I have muted you. You can unmute if you have any doubts. Okay. Thank you. Yeah, the first and foremost is the productivity anywhere. You can access the application from any corner of the world. Let's say if I'm a HR or a manager who has to take some action, okay, and I'm out of office, I'm traveling, so I can do these actions from my mobile as well. I can install software, I can install SuccessFactors software in my mobile or tablet, and then access the application. I can approve, reject any kind of transactions that are pending with. Okay, so I don't have to be in office to do that. So that's productivity anywhere. And then second, you have off-site data storage. In on-premise, you need to procure servers. You need to have a server. You need to have a dedicated space for your servers. Servers are very expensive first thing. And then you need to have a dedicated space with somebody monitoring all of those servers. But whereas in case of the cloud computing, the data is stored off-site. You don't see the physical servers. And no IT maintenance cost. We know when you don't have your physical servers, you don't have to hire any security or IT consultants to look after your servers. Disaster resistance. If something happens to your servers in on-premise, it is your responsibility to fix it. If I want to expand the servers, it is your responsibility to procure new server, connect to these existing servers. But in cloud computing, it would be taken care by the cloud service provider. Always up and running, 365 days, you can access this application. There is no downtime. Lower cost of ownership. Obviously, the amount that we spend on cloud computing applications are much less when compared to all the on-premise applications. Because we are not procuring servers, because we are not dedicating any space to the servers, because we are not hiring any IT people to look after the service. And then easily upgraded. Any application that we use needs some kind of upgrades. to look at an example of WhatsApp application. Now, all of these features, what we are using now in WhatsApp, like a group call or a video call, or sending money, or having a background image, all of these were not available when WhatsApp initially started. Slowly, these features are incorporated into the product. The same thing, cloud computing applications would be upgraded depending on the application. SuccessFactors gets upgraded once in 6 months, yearly twice. And you'll see some new features, new enhancements, upgrades happening in the system. Okay, and you don't have to do anything. As a consultant, as an end user, you don't have to do anything. Just have to know what are the new features that have come. Okay, this is easily upgraded. And then now, what is SuccessFactors? SuccessFactors is a software as a service application or a cloud computing application used by organizations for their employees. As a product, SuccessFactors is a cloud-based HRIS system, human resource information system from SAP. And it is designed specifically to meet the need of an enterprise class organization. Any employee who want to know their information. If I want to apply a leave, if I want to download my appointment letter, if I want to download my payslip, if I want to look at my salary, I can log into SuccessFactors and do all of this. HR, when it comes to HR, HR has to hire employee, transfer employee, or suspend employee, or terminate employee. All of these things can be done in SuccessFactors application. SuccessFactors has many modules in it, and the base of it is Employee Central, because we maintain all master data in Employee Central. And on top of Employee Central, we have other modules like performance management, where we do the appraisals, learning management, where we do the trainings, compensation management, where we do the salary revisions, recruiting and onboarding, where you source the candidates, reporting, where you take out the reports or analytics. So these are the modules, some of the modules that we have in SuccessFactors. And of all of these modules, Employee Central is the core or base module. If you look at this picture, the base is Employee Central for all of these modules, because all of these modules needs some basic information. If I have to do the appraisal, if I have to do appraisal for my direct report, should know where my employee is working in, what is the designation that the employee is in, what are the goals of this employee. I should know all of these things, and this information is available in Employee Central. If I have to do the salary revision, I need to know what is the current salary of the employee, what grade the employee is in, what is the range of this employee's salary, when did this employee join. I need all of this information. This information is in Employee Central. If I have to work on recruiting, I need the vacant positions so that I can convert that position to requisition and source the candidate. So that information is available in Employee Central. Employee Central is used to maintain the employee records. Employee data is split into different blocks of information, like personal information, where you store first name, last name, middle name, gender, salutation, nationality, and so on. Biographical information, where we store the date of birth details. Employment details, where we store the important or the key dates of the employee. Start date of the employee, payroll start date of the employee, probation start date, probation end date, contract start date, contract end date. These are maintained in employment information. And then we have job information, or the employment job information, where you store the details of the organization, company that the employee working in, shift the employee works in, location of the employee, grade of the employee. So all of the information about the employee is stored or processed in Employee Central using employee record management. This data is used for processing the payroll. So we have Employee Central payroll, where we integrate Employee Central with the payroll. The data is sent from Employee Central to payroll for processing. We have employee self-service and manager self-service. where employees can log into the system and do some activities or view some data. Managers can log into the system. Manager is also an employee. Manager will do all of those activities what employee is doing. Additionally, since manager has some direct reports, manager will do some actions on the employee. That's your employee center. Now in org management, we maintain the hierarchy of the employees. Who is reporting to whom? How many employees we have under each manager? What designation the employee is in? So that is maintained in your organization management. Now, Employee Central or SuccessFactors is tightly, all of the modules of SuccessFactors are tightly integrated with the internal modules. Data flows from one module to other module. Example, you see here, we have Employee Central where we store the master data. The data is sent to recruiting. All the position data is sent to recruiting. Recruiter will go and see what are the vacant positions, what are the positions which are available for hiring. They will convert that position to recruiting, requisition, and then start sourcing the candidates. They interview the candidates, they negotiate the candidates, they offer the candidates. Once the candidate accepts the offer letter, candidate will be asked to submit some information in onboarding module. So candidate will have to fill all the information. That data will be validated in onboarding module, and then this data is sent back to Employee Central for hiring. Again, the finalized candidate is sourced or hired in Employee Central. So recruiter must have collected some information while sourcing the candidate. Candidate has updated some information in onboarding. All of this data will come to Employee Central. So the data is sent to recruiting, onboarding, and then the data is sent back from onboarding to data is sent to Employee Central. Okay, that's the integration between SuccessFactors internal modules. Okay, I'll just walk you through the instance. Okay, meanwhile, if you have any doubts so far, you can ask. Now, this is your SuccessFactors instance. Now, more or less, the system looks similar for all the customers. The colors may change, the logos may change, the background pictures may change, but the structure remains same. Every customer will have their logo here onto the left-hand side corner, and they can see the picture on the home page, and we will have some quick actions depending on the configurations that we have done. Okay, now if I want to look at as an employee, if I have logged in here, if there are any approvals that I have to do, I can see all my approvals here. I go click on the approval and just go approve or reject the action. Okay, so someone has sent me an action and I have to approve that. So I'll go here and then approve or send back. Okay, now that is my approvals. If I have to view my own employee data, I can go here, view my profile data. There are many ways of looking at your own employee data. So this is one of the actions. You just click on it, it opens up your profile and you can view your data. Because I am an admin, I have access to edit as well, but I can see as an employee, I can look at my information and I can also update. If my personal information, my first name is spelled wrong, so I can go and change. I can change the text. Okay, I have dependents now. I can go update my dependent information. I have now recently moved to a different location. I can go and change my address. I can go look at my salary. I can go look at my compensation statements using my people profile. Now I can navigate to home page from any page. I can come back to the home page. If I want to look at the org chart, who is reporting to whom and how many employees we have in the organization, you can go navigate to org chart and see the organization structure or org chart. Or I can see here if there are pictures available, I can search for any employee and look at the org chart. Okay. I can also display the pictures if employees have pictures, and also display the pictures. Now I can see that this employee has got 4 direct reports. There are 67 total reports who are under each of these managers. Now this manager has got 2 direct reports, and under those 2 direct reports, we have 61 reports. Now this employee has got 6 direct reports. Then this employee have got more direct reports. So I can go and look at the organization chart. Now I want to look at the picture. I can also go navigate and enable the configuration. Now it is easy to configure anything in SuccessFactors. You just have to search for the action that you want to do. Now here the display photo is not enabled, so that's why it is not showing up. Now I have enabled the picture and go to our chat. You can see the pictures of the employees as well now. Okay. Now I can navigate to any module. If I want to do the recruiting part, I can go navigate to recruiting. I want to do some trainings. I can go to learning and do the training. I want to fill my appraisal. I can go to performance. I can go to goals and fill my goals. I can go to performance to fill my performance appraisal. Okay, so all these things can be done in SuccessFactors. I can search for any employee. Let's say I want to search for an employee called John. Search for the employee, system shows up all of the employees with the name John. So let's say I want to look at this employee. Go click on the employee. It opens up the people profile page of that employee, which has all the information. What is the personal information? What is the contact information, address information, comp information, job information, etc. Okay, I'll take a pause here and see if you have any doubts. No doubts?
Sir, I would like to ask a question. Like if you could just go to SuccessFactors screen, you're able to see the drop down with different modules. Was it kind of standard, or this is something that you can just
Depending on the modules that are configured for a customer. Let's say I am a customer and I have only taken license of SuccessFactors to use Employee Central. So I will only see the Employee Central related values in the dropdown, like my org chart, my employee files, etc. If I have configured performance management, I will see performance management as well. Now again, that is implemented for customer, but employee, let's say I'm a consultant and I'm not part of the performance appraiser. So I will not see performance. It depends upon my role as well. What permissions are granted to the employee. If I have access to look at the org chart, I can control what should be viewed by employee. If I don't want some employees to view the org chart, I can control. I can configure it through security, role-based permissions. Okay.
And if you just go to the SuccessFactors screen that you have shown before, like a backslide or something, the demo system itself.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you just open the drop down once, like you were able to see other than, after, can you just scroll down below? You were having different sections of job profile, position management. How did you do that for actually appearing it here?
This one, now anything after this line, these are custom ones.
Yeah.
So these are called custom navigations. You can have a external application accessed through SuccessFactors. Let's say your customer has their internal careers page. Now they want to integrate or they want to add it in the SuccessFactors so that user don't have to go to, let's say I'm working for Reliance Industries. When in Reliance Industries, there are some jobs which are posted. Now, where are these jobs posted? These jobs are posted in their portal. Reliance,
Right.
maybe RIL.com or Reliance, okay, .com. There you have internal page called careers, and then you click on careers, you will see all of the jobs that are available within Reliance. This is for all the users across the globe. Anybody can go to Google, search for Reliance, and then go click on careers and open the jobs and see. Right? Now, as an employee of a Reliance, if I have to look at the careers which are available within Reliance, I don't have to go to reliancecareer.com or reliance.com and go click on the careers. Instead, I am using SuccessFactors application. I have given access to the careers page from here. So when I click on that careers page here, system will take me to Reliance career page. Because I'm the internal employee, I may want to apply for the job, one of the job that was posted. Okay, similarly, if I click on here, it opens up, you see it is opening up a new page. Because they have access, they have given the link to this page from here. Here.
May I know repeat that, or is it just an out of scope question which I asked right now for this session at least?
Yeah, this will be we will be doing this in the system in the regular sessions.
Okay.
How to
Thank you.
add a custom navigation for any of the applications. I have something called configure custom navigation, where you go, just add the URL. What is the URL that you want to display, and where do you want to display? You want to display it in employee profile, or you want to display it on the homepage. Now you see that job profile, what we have looked at, that's an external link. Okay. And this is navigating to inpuma.com. And who can access this? This is permission, like, this is permission to all the employees. You can also control who should see, who should access this. Maybe some employees, when they log in, they may not see job profile because they are not permissioned. Similarly, you can also create your own profile page here. Okay.
So let's say once we have configured this one and we just don't want that to be visible. So we'll just stop. We just have to delete it, or we can just still control without selecting
any
any
configuration that you have done. You don't have to delete it if depending on the configuration that you have done. Some of them are effective dated, like with one particular effective date, they are active because they are active.
Central. No. I'm just asking about the navigation part itself. Rest all, I know we should not delete at all. Maybe we can just disable or enable. That is something I'm okay
we
with.
can control it through permissions. You can just uncheck all of those permissions, and then you will not see. You want to grant only for admin, you just select the admin role there.
Right, understood. Thank you.
Any other doubts? Okay, so all of this course content, what we'll be covering in next 24 sessions, we have the day-wise course content available. This will be shared by your support team, and you can go through the content. Okay, so day one, what we'll be covering, as I said, the first 4 sessions would be completely of theoretical part. Okay, so day 1, day 2, day 3, and day 4 is all about your success factors, implementation methodology, your certification, your provisioning access, the types of systems that we have, all of the basics, which are very much required for every aspirant or every person who is new to SuccessFactors and want to become a SuccessFactors consultant should know all of these things. These are the basics. This is the theoretical part. And from 5th session onwards, we'll be moving to the practical part. We'll start with the implementation in real time. How do we start the project? What all configurations we have to do? How will customer give the requirement, and how do we configure that? We'll see how to create a company, how to create a location, how to set up your organization structure, how to add an employee. Okay, after adding all of the configuration, how do we go and add an employee in the system? Now, all of these things we will be doing manually, like one location, one company, one department, or multiple departments. We'll see how to create them in the system. We'll also see, once we have an idea of how to create an object or how to add an employee in the system, we'll go and see how to import the bulk data. If I have 1,000 employees to be hired in the system in one go, if I have 10,000 positions to be uploaded, if I have 100 locations to be added in the system. So how do we maintain this bulk data in the system? That also we can do. We have something called data models, which is very, very important concept. We'll be discussing about all of the data models. We'll be working on the workflows, approvals, business rules, system configuration, like how to change the pictures, how to change the logos, how to change the colors, how to change the color of the text, how to change the background images, how to generate the reports, how to migrate the configuration from one system to other system, how do we configure it. So all of these things will be covering in this 24 sessions. Additionally, after the 24th session, we'll have one session, 25th session, which is for only your certification questions and the interview questions. How to prepare for interviews, what should be in your resume will help you out to prepare your resume, will help you out to apply for the jobs, and we refer to in the organizations wherever we have our references, we'll be giving you the references. Okay. In the 25th session, I'll be discussing about some of the certification questions and some of the interview questions. Okay. So all of you will be given access to system for 1 month initially, which can be extended. You'll be given the recording of the sessions. After every session, you'll be shared the recording. You will be given the material, SuccessFactors material, which can be downloaded and referred. Okay. Now, this session, what we are going to plan would be in the evening, 6 to 7 or 6:30 to 7:30, depending on your availability. You can check the time slots with your support team. Okay. Any you have? And we'll be starting the batch immediately. So if you don't have any questions, we will stop it here and hope to see you all soon in the regular batches.
Venu, I have a question.
Go ahead.
Actually, it's a Employee Central is a module, right? So
Yes.
does it have any sub modules like are these the onboarding and recruiting, like compensation? Are these a sub modules or any other module?
These are not sub modules. These are the modules of SuccessFactors. Every
Okay.
module has got certification as well, and each
Oh,
certification has got a code. Like THR 81 is employee central. Have 82, 83, 84, recruiting, performance management, compensation, time off, EC payroll, and so on.
okay.
And this course is only on employee central, purely on employee central.
Yeah, okay.
Hi. So the certification. Hi, am I audible?
Yes, you are right.
Yeah. So the certification have their due date, like for 3 years or like 4 years, or kind of like, or it's a lifetime.
Yeah, I'll be explaining everything about certification in one of the sessions. So if you see here on the course content, because you need to know a lot of information before going to certification. Where do we do the certification? What is the what is the duration for your certification? What is the course? How much you have to spend for the certification? How many questions will come? How will these questions, how to answer these questions? All of those things I will explain you in detail in the day 2. Okay. So for your question, the certificate as of now,
Okay.
the certificate is valid for 1 year. If you are doing certificate now, okay, which is 2025, at the moment, if you are doing the certification, this would be valid for next 1 year. Validity is 1 year.
Oh, 1 year.
Earlier it was 6 months. Before that it was 3 months.
Okay.
Now it is one year.
And you have to appear for deltas if you wanted to keep that on every time.
Yes, every
So
year you need to, because SuccessFactors would be upgrading the product every 6 months. It is recommended to have to be up to date with all the new features that has come in the system. So as a consultant, maybe few things which are not available in the product are available now. If customer asks you something, you should be able to tell them that yes, this is available and this can be configured in the system. That's called deltas as state currents that we'll be discussing here in the learning. Okay, so we'll stop it here and we'll continue in our regular. Okay. Thank you all. Have a great rest of your day. See you all soon in the regular sessions.
Yeah,